My name is Mike Silverman. I'm a franchise advisor at Franchise Sidekick. I actually started my first franchise right out of college. So I've been in it since day one. I actually worked for a franchise before that and just found a passion for it. You know, I never thought I'd be a business owner, but once I got into it, I just very obsessive. I got very obsessed with it and did that. So I was a franchisee for about 9 years on that brand. Grew to multiple territories in multiple states. Then I picked up and started consulting for other franchisees that just weren't doing as well. I led the franchise leadership committee in that brand, and then got hired actually at the corporate office to run franchisee training. I would take the bottom 40 stores of that brand and retool them, reteach them. You know, that's where I really got my passion for coaching business owners and helping them develop a little bit faster. Yeah, what I love about the franchise industry is you don't have to be the idea guy. I'm not. And I can play my role, which is an executor, and I can take someone else's passion and someone else's idea and someone else's vision, and I can just execute it better than anybody else. And only in franchising can you do that versus having to do vision through execution, all of it in one. Yeah, my favorite sidekick is Dr. Watson. He is, I think, how I fit into most business relationships. He takes Sherlock's eccentric vision that nobody else understands and can boil that down into what are we doing right now, Sherlock, and translate it to everybody else. So I see him as decoding the genius that Sherlock Holmes is into the rest of the world. Yeah, what really attracted me to franchising is I had a passion for problem solving. I wanted to do that in a different perspective than being in a cubicle my entire life. And so I was young enough that I could give it a whirl, fall flat on my face and still recover. So I got in early and learned a ton on the way. A big thing that I love and excited about Franchise Sidekick is in my role, I get to make an impact with who I want to make an impact with, right? There are clients that I know I don't service well. I can't relate. I can't help where they need to be helped. And in this role, we don't try to be everything to everybody. I have team members that are phenomenal at what I'm really bad at. So I can really hone in and help who I want to help and can be effective in helping. And I have team members that can balance out and help other people. A new franchisee coming in, what would be my biggest advice to them is know who you are. Know what your strengths are, but also know what you enjoy to do. And find people that do the other things, right? One of my mentors always says, as a business owner, as an investor, your job's not to figure out the how, it's figure out the who to do the how. You know, and early on in my career when I tried to do it all, do a brand that lets you own the part that you want to own and they do the other part. So just understand yourself and then build pieces around it would be my biggest advice. Some of the clients that I love working with are people that have been successful already. They're not coming in going, you know what, I need another vacation house. They're going, I have someone in my circle, a family member that doesn't need a handout, he needs a hand up, right? He needs an opportunity, and they're putting their money in place and their leadership in place to give that person a chance. And I was very fortunate to be on the other side of that. You know, having a family member that gave me a chance early on, and anytime I can be, you know, a small part of that story for someone else means a lot to me.